Well, good morning, friends. How are you this morning? I hope that you had a fabulous weekend with that 3-day extension. Woo woo. I had a wonderful weekend and have had some friends come down from the Bay Area. Got together with another friend who is just dear to my heart. You know who you are. Thank you. Had a wonderful lunch and some time together. And this morning I was just reminded as I was reading through Proverbs 16:24 is what kind of grabbed me, but it says gracious words are a honeycomb, sweeter to the soul and healing to the bones. Proverbs 16:24. So I was just thinking in regards, because yesterday, sometimes when we're just going about our daily business, when we are lovers, we are aware. So we walk in an awareness, we walk in hopefully a consideration and a kindness that is constantly moving into the world, into the places of need. So as a result of that, sometimes we take care of others, but we're not always as sensitive to take care of ourselves. And I would say in that sense, so that's why balance is important. And that's why having a great circle of friends is amazing, because one, it's a gift, it's a treasure. And two, they have encouraging words that sometimes keep you in the balance. And so I'll just use an example. Ooh, I almost had an accident right here. He was going too fast, so slow down, you fast ones over there. So healing words, encouragement. The reason I say that is because I just noticed I didn't realize I was bearing so much in my heart. And sometimes because I'm a processor, I am a communicator when I process, people are like, oh my goodness, Adrian, like you can pray forever. And I said, no, because I can talk forever. I could talk to you forever. I could talk to God forever. Because I express myself, I release what I'm thinking, I release my emotions and the things that are in my heart. If I'm frustrated or angered or excited, or I'm able to articulate that. And so not everyone can. And so for me, when I have a chance to kind of like sit still and unwind, or that those are times where I process what's going on or what's inside of me. And then also if I'm chatting with a friend, sometimes if I'm just by myself, I'm only going to hear my voice, right? But when I'm talking with someone else, sometimes I can hear things that I wouldn't hear by myself. Or all of a sudden, as I'm talking, I can hear myself, or I can release things that I haven't really talked to anyone about. So yesterday was one of those beautiful days where, as we were talking, I was able to talk about some things that I haven't really talked about. And that was a tremendous blessing. And in regards to healing, there's a number of things. Like when we rehearse, like for me, encouraging, I can encourage myself. So the scriptures say, David, he encouraged himself in the Lord. Well, how do you encourage yourself? There are ways you can encourage yourself. You can encourage yourself by what you already know. Just because you are not at your goal doesn't mean you're not going to reach your goal. And on the day of struggle, you just remind yourself of the goal and the journey. And that's encouraging. It helps you get back up. Sometimes, you encourage yourself by seeing others around you that have already made the trip. They're like, they can do it, I can do it, right? And so other people who have succeeded help you to continue to move towards success. Also, there are times where we have to speak what we don't see yet. So that's where faith comes in, where we're like, I don't see it, I don't feel it, but I know it's true because the passion is alive in me, the vision is alive in me, the dream is alive in me, and God gave me that. So in the beginning, God created something inside of me, and God has every intention to fulfill that in and through me. So I go back to the beginning, and then I allow that to fuel and feed and strengthen and encourage me. And then also other people around us can remind us by speaking to us what they see and know about who we are and where we've been. And also the faithfulness. If I have a friend who shows up every single time I call them, they never put me on ghost, they never don't answer, they never pretend I'm not calling, they're always there for me, then there's never a reason to question. right? And so in that way, I have experienced the faithfulness of God over and over and over in my life. I've experienced the love of God in manifest ways that are absolutely incredible and should keep my faith fueled until I have no more days, into eternity and past, whatever that looks like when we're done with time. Because I've experienced so much beauty and blessing from the Lord and from his people and from the beauty of all that he's created to bless my life with. So I say all that because gracious words are as a honeycomb. They're sweet to the soul. And it even says they're healing to the bones. What? They're healing to the bones. So the writer of Proverbs, he knew how important encouraging words were, gracious words were, and healing words were. So I encourage us to encourage one another. And I'm just going to read this little excerpt out of this little part. It says, we may not yet fully understand why or even how much wisdom and encouragement bring strength and healing to our daily lives. Yet the cheers and the guidance of our parents, our coaches, our teachers, our friends help us endure difficulties and steer us toward success on the daily. Even so, for me, the scriptures do, and for me, sitting still, because the scriptures say, be still and know I am God. When we're still, all of that ruckus can settle down, and all the places where we couldn't focus or couldn't see, all the things that are blurring our sight from seeing what's really the most powerful or the most, the highest priority, gets put back into place and into perspective. So, well, that's it for today because my time just ran off. Sorry, talk about talking. Well, hopefully this encouraged you. Have a great and glorious, love-filled, my friends, and glorious day.